Hey guys, welcome back to Revealing Biblical Truths. In this video, we will be going through the book of Deuteronomy, chapters 1 through 6. Before we get started, go ahead and like the video, share, subscribe, and comment down below, or this centipede will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. The book of Deuteronomy is a retelling of the law, or the Torah, plus some history. The word Deuteronomy can be broken up into two words, Deutero, meaning the second, and Nomos, meaning the law. At the beginning of the book, it brings up to speed the events that have happened thus far when Yasharel was in the wilderness and began to conquer the kings in the land of Canaan. At Mount Horeb, he told them to go and possess the land. He said that he was not alone. He was alone and not able to serve as their leader, as he chose wise men from among them to rule over them and the judges. He then goes over the different giants that were killed in the land that they conquered. The Emims dwelt in Moab. Looking up that Hebrew terrors or fearsome ones, it says that they were as tall as the Anakim. The word Anak means long-necked giants. It also says that there were giants, and the word used there is Rephaim, which means the giants of old, before the flood. The Rephaim were the remnant of those before the flood. Next, it talks about the Horim, which were cave dwellers in Mount Seir. The word Seir comes from Satyr, meaning goat or goat demon. These Horim were half-man, half-goat hybrid creatures. It is also mentioned in the book of Jasher, chapter 61. Next, it talks about the land of Ammon, which was inhabited by the Zamzummim, stemming from the word Zumim, meaning plotters and schemers. They were also as tall as the Anakim. According to other books of scripture, these giants were the size of cedar trees, which is between 30 and 50 feet tall. Later on, the giants such as King Og and Goliath were between 9 and 16 feet tall. Next, it talks about the Caphtorim. These came from the island of Caphtor, more commonly known as the island of Crete. It is possible that there were other giants, that these were giants and even half-human, half-bull creatures, as mythology states that this is where minotaurs originated. Next, they went up to Bashan and defeated King Og, another giant. They took 60 cities in the land of Bashan and Argob. Then they destroyed all the inhabitants and took the spoil and livestock. It says that Og was the only remaining one of the Rephaim, meaning the giants of old, before the flood. That being the case, Og could have been approaching 1,000 years old. It says his bedstead was 9 cubits long and 4 cubits wide. That's 15 feet long by 6 feet wide. Gilead in Bashan was given to the half-tribe of Manasseh. Aroer and Gilead was given to the Reubenites and the Gadites. They got to the Jordan River, and then Joshua would proceed to take the land west of it, including Lebanon. In chapter 4, Yah reiterates, telling them to keep his commands that they may live, and not to add to or take away from his law. Moshe then tells Yasharel that he has to die in that land and cannot go further into Canaan with them. He tells them not to make any graven image as they did before. In chapter 5, Moshe retells the giving of the 10 Commandments on Mount Horeb. Number 1, He is your Elohim, and you shall have no other Elohim but him. Number 2, you shall not make any graven image and bow down and worship them. Number 3, you shall not bring his name to nothing. Number 4, you shall keep the Sabbath day and not do any work on it. Number 5, honor your father and mother. Number 6, do not murder. Number 7, do not commit adultery. Number 8, do not steal. Number 9, do not bear false witness against your neighbor. And number 10, do not covet anything that is your neighbor's. In chapter 6, Moshe gives the Shema prayer. It goes like this. Yahuwah is your Elohim. Yahuwah is one. And you will love Yahuwah your Elohim with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. These words shall be on your heart. You shall teach them to your children. You shall talk of them when you sit down, when you walk by the way, when you lay down, and when you rise up. You shall bind them on your hand, and be as things between your eyes. You shall write them on the gates of your doors of your house. In other words, his law should be written on your heart and be with you wherever you go. In verse 16, he says, You shall not tempt Yahuwah your Elohim. This verse was also quoted by Yahusha, when the devil tempted him in the wilderness. In verse 25 it says, "It will be our righteousness if we observe to do and keep all his commandments." So he is equating keeping the commandments with righteousness, meaning right behavior. That is the end of this video. Stay tuned as we continue through the book of Deuteronomy. Thank you for watching, and until next time, Shalom.